Buenos días. My name is Dalia Aguilar, and I'm the founding principal of Mundo Verde Bilingual Public Charter School. And it is our honor to welcome Mayor Bowser to our school. We are so excited because of the advocate she is, the innovator she is, and because of your stand that you've taken to make sure that even the most vulnerable in our population are safe in our city. We really are so honored to have you here today, so we applaud you. And also we know that you're helping keep us safe. We, as a sustainability school, really encourage multiple forms of transportation here at Mundo Verde. So whether our kids are biking, skateboarding, scooting, walking, taking the metro, and some of them are driving, we know that you're out there advocating for our safety. So we're very excited to have you here today. And it's also my pleasure and honor to introduce our fifth graders who are going to share some words and welcome the mayor as well. So I'd like to introduce Eve Stewart, Belen Gonzalez, and Brian Wilson to you.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Belén González y estoy en quinto grado. He estado en Mundo Verde desde prekinder. Lo que más me gusta de Mundo Verde son las expediciones, sobre todo la de mercados en segundo grado.
Good morning. My name is Brian Wilson, and I am in fifth grade at Mundo Verde. This is my 5th year at Mundo Verde, and I love this school because it is a bilingual school where multiple students can learn important sustainability skills and help the community.
Good morning. My name is Eve Stewart. I've been at Mundo Verde for 6 years now, and I'm a 5th grader right now. One thing I really like about Mundo Verde is that all the teachers give me support. When I am struggling in something, they always help me be my best. On behalf of our 5th grade class, we give these coloring books and this article to Miss Bowser.
Y ahora es nuestro honor presentar a la alcaldesa de Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser.
And now it is our honor to introduce the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser.
Thank you. Thank you. Buenas tardes. Me llamo Muriel Bowser, alcaldesa de Washington, D.C. It is wonderful to be here at Mundo Verde. Let's give our students a big round of applause. And I am happy to be here as part of our Education Week activities. I'm joined by the Deputy Mayor for Education, Jenny Niles. Let's hear for Deputy Mayor Niles. As well as a member of our Metropolitan Police Department, Inspector Coligan. Let's welcome Inspector Coligan. And Principal Aguilar and all of the staff and teachers here at Mundo Verde, happy Education Week. Let's hear it for our principals and staff. So we are here today to talk about safe routes to school and safe passages to school. And we know it's very key to everything that we do in our public education system to make sure that we are supporting students at the very start of their day to the very end of their day and all of the learning that happens in between. And part of that support is making sure that children have a safe route to school. You all may know that when I was a council member, I really started work on school transportation. And that work started with a program called Kids Ride Free. And we started Kids Ride Free on the bus. I got the idea for Kids Ride Free because I was talking to a lot of families, and a lot of families were telling me as I went from door to door asking them about their neighborhoods and what they liked about their city, they talked to me about the challenges of school transportation. What they told me is that they were buying bus passes that were like $30 per month for every one of their children. And so for some families, that was 2 or 3 bus passes that they were buying each and every month. And I thought, how unfair is that they are choosing schools, some schools outside of their neighborhood, so their only choice was to drive or to get on the bus. And with that $30 per month or $60 per month or $90 per month, they could save that for their families. And they could make those monies available for other things like school clothes and books and vacations and other learning experiences like going on to museums and discovering Washington, D.C. So it was very important to me that we came up with a system that would put that money back in parents' pockets, but also provide our young people with a reliable way to get back and forth to school. It also teaches our young people some responsibility as well, because you are responsible for your DC-1 card, and you are responsible for flashing it to the bus driver or using it when you go through the turnstile at the metro station to be responsible for your transportation. It's also very good that you are learning that you're keeping a car off the road when you come to school. And so by using your scooter or bicycle or walking or catching the bus, you are really helping to protect our environment as well. And so what Deputy Mayor has been working on with a great team of grown-ups is to make sure that we're looking at all of those passages to school and making sure that they're safe, making sure that they have great crosswalks, great lighting, crossing guards, extra support at some metro stations to make sure that young people are being nice to each other at school arrival time and at dismissal time, and making sure that everybody understands the rules of the road, so to speak. So you know how to get access to your DC-1 card. If you feel unsafe at any point, you know all of the officers and adults at your school that you can call on for help. Because the truth is that getting to school every day is what? Your job. It's the only job that you have. And so we want to make sure that you start your day fresh and ready, and that on your passage to school, first of all, you're going directly to school. Right? You're not stopping along the way. And who needs candy and orange soda for breakfast? So we're not stopping at those little stores either. We're going directly to school. And then after school, we're doing the same thing, getting to our activities and getting home safe so that we can get started on our homework. And so I want to thank Deputy Mayor, and I want to thank all of the members of the council who are also helping us look at all of our policies and procedures and our laws to make sure that they're supporting your safe passage to school as well. So I'm really happy to be here. I want to invite Deputy Mayor Niles to talk to you in a little bit more specificity about what the working group found about high priority areas in our city for the Safe Passages program.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Education Week. This is very exciting. This week we are celebrating a number of different things. On Friday, we announced that we're starting new infant and toddler sites in government buildings and the expansion of that. Yesterday, we got to announce that we're starting Learn 24, which is a website for us to think about all of our out-of-school time and summer programs. And by the way, you can start signing up for DPR summer programs right now. We also have been investing in our programs to make sure our kids are getting to school, and that's the Show Up, Stand Out program, our ACE and PASS program, and we're going to have some more celebrations for the rest of this week. But today is really about safe passage, and our Safe Passage Working Group is working across not only the schools in DCPS, not only the schools with the charter schools, not only DPR with the rec centers, with MPD, with our Metro Transit Police, with DDOT. The list goes on, who come together to make sure that our kids are getting to and from school safely. And so we've created a few resources that we wanted to share. One is this map that's now online. In addition to this map, which shows, we'll talk about there are 5 areas that we are focusing on. The Anacostia Metro Station, Minnesota Avenue Metro Station, La Enfant Plaza and Waterfront Metro, Noma Gallaudet, which includes Mundo Verde, and Good Hope Road corridor. And there are areas that we are focusing on to make sure that all of the schools and all of the other aspects like Parks and Rec that have kids at them are communicating with each other. They now have monthly calls to solve the problems both immediately and long term. I also want to recognize we have Dr. Marco Clark here, and he started one of our first Safe Passage programs in the city, which really jump-started our desire to do this across the city for all of our kids. In addition to this, we have another map with all the crossing guards in the entire city. So any family, if they want to know how to get to school, they can see if there are any new crossing guards that have come onto the map. But mostly what we've been doing is working really hard in partnership across agencies to make sure our kids are safe. And with that, I want to introduce and ask to come to the podium Inspector Coligan. And Inspector Coligan has been a fantastic partner. MPD has a call every single day with our schools to make sure that our kids are safe. And then we're doing these monthly calls around these areas. Sorry, I made him stand up, and then I haven't asked him all the way to the podium yet. But is he blushing yet? Because I want to make him blush, because he's really doing a great job. But anyway, we're thrilled to be taking this work on. We are at the beginning of it because we know that we have kids who are getting to and from school who are not feeling safe, and we know that that's one of our big issues around getting attendance right, because we need every student to be in school every day on time. Inspector Coligan, will you come join us?
Good afternoon. I'm Inspector Mike Coligan of the Metropolitan Police Department School Safety Division. As the Mayor and Deputy Mayor Niles mentioned, the Safe Passage program is designed to make our students feel safe and protected as they travel to and from school. Last summer, we began studying and identifying priority Safe Passage routes. These were based on the number of students that travel through these routes and the number of incidents that were reported. As mentioned, those areas include the areas surrounding the Anacostia, Minnesota, L'Enfant Plaza, Noma Gallaudet metro stations, and the Good Hope Road corridor in Southeast. The Metropolitan Police Department has been in close contact with Metro Transit Police and the Department of Transportation to address specific concerns in these areas. We've also been in touch with other stakeholders to identify and support safe routes to and from school to major transportation points, such as the Metro trains and Metro bus stops for after-school dismissal. No student here in the district should miss class because they do not feel safe coming to school and traveling home from school. On behalf of the Metropolitan Police Department and the 89 school resource officers, we stand ready to serve you in any way possible. We are here to help. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to ask Deputy Mayor, what Deputy Mayor is recovering, so I'm sorry to have you keep getting up. But I want to answer any questions that we have. Any questions?
Some public schools in these areas are not participating, it looks like, according to that map.
I think actually we have all public schools participating, so if that's not represented there, we'll make sure that it's represented because we've included all of them, plus all of our DPR and rec sites.
So disregard the orange squares in the zones.
The highlighted circles?
Yeah, so within the circles, there's, in the upper right part of the map, it says other public schools and Safe Passage schools.
So we will make sure, because one of the goals is to make sure that every single one of our schools. So we've reached out to all of them. To the extent we have something wrong on the map, we'll both fix that and make sure that the school's included.
Some parents have concerns beyond crime just about bullying and the way children interact with each other after school hours. Is that part of this program?
Certainly having caring adults, both going to and from school, is a huge component of making sure kids feel safe. And so having both our school resource officers, our crossing guards, and we have lots of members of the school communities who are actually going outside of the school to make sure that kids are getting to and from school safely. So absolutely, this is one of the things that should make kids feel more safe going to and from school.
Community questions?
Can I ask on an unrelated topic? There's a simultaneous media event right now regarding recent incidents of youth violence in our city. and this group is calling on the community to really to rally and to self-police, is their terminology, that more should be done within the community to try to prevent these incidents from happening. Do you have any message for this group? They're also planning a rally in April, the 10,000 Black Men's March.
Well, we always support more community involvement with our young people. Part of our initiatives to start the school year, you heard the deputy mayor mention Every Day Counts, to make sure that kids are in school each and every day. We know one of the best ways that keep kids safe and away from violence is to be in school. Unfortunately, sometimes we have kids that become victims of violence or perpetrators of violence if they're not in school. Obviously, things can happen after school, but if we have them in a caring, safe environment during those days, we know that they are safe. Yes, ma'am.
What are some of the ways that parents can find each other within the school so they can actually walk together with the kids who are in their school community?
Oh, I think that is a wonderful question, and I know that we're going to support the schools in every way that we can, and I know that a lot of school leaders have a focus on how parents can match and talk and meet and greet to help with those routes. I don't know if we have any technology that will assist, but I know that's discussion is happening in the schools.
What I would add, too, is that, for instance, in all of our secondary schools, in our high schools at DCPS, there's a school safety team. There are many of those that exist throughout many of the different schools, and so they should be actively asking for parents' input, and then we can figure out if there's anything that we can do from a technology point of view to support that.
That was kind of a leading question because we actually have a platform, Go Together, that helps parents match based on a distance, their schedule, and the grades that they want to walk.
All right. I think you talked to me about that some while ago. It's good to see you. A way to kind of ride share on foot, like a matching app. Very good. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you.